Hi, welcome everyone. I'm so glad you stopped by my channel. I'm going to jump right into our project, and our project today is going to be this lovely bird that I sketched out on this piece of good watercolor paper. One thing about watercolor paper is you want to use the best watercolor paper you can get, and you want to get 140-pound cold press is what the name of the paper is, and it comes in sheets and you can cut it down to size. And in this case I decided I wanted to have a border, so I put down a border, and then we're gonna paint our bird in the background, and we're going to be obviously using watercolor. And so we're going to get a start on that. Open up my box and we'll get started. Okay, what we've got now is everything that I don't want to be dark. I have highlighted with the Frisket, it's not Frisket, excuse me, Artist Watercolor. Okay, and it's called a masking fluid, not masking. It's a masking fluid, not Frisket. Okay, so you take this, it's just a liquid, and you're dropping it in all the places that you're going to want to be white, okay, and that won't have any color. That's what the masking fluid is for. So now I've got all the masking fluid down. I keep wanting to call it Frisket. And we're going to continue on. First, we're going to do the background. I'm going to come in with a darker color to make our background. Alright, now what I've done is I have placed some color on the bottom part of the bird picture. And what I'm doing this while my husband is in the room and he's sleeping. So if you hear some snoring, don't worry about it. But I also wasn't able to show you me doing the actual painting because of my husband in here, and he was watching a movie and he fell asleep. So I thought, well, I'll take a few minutes while he's dozing and show you what I'm doing. And this is a wash is what it's called. Well, that's just gonna have to come off. I don't know what that is. Little piece of hair. It'll come off in the end. And this is what you call a water brush. You squeeze it and water comes out. Isn't that neat? So that is an official watercolor brush. These are your different watercolor brushes that come in different sizes in this type of sable hair. But right now all I'm wanting to do is get some water onto the paper. It's called a wash. And I have masking fluid on all the parts that I do not want the next color to blend into. So I'm just going to do a small area, just about this big right here, and I'm going to come in with some blue. Sure, my paintbrush is good and clean. We're going to come in with just a little bit of blue, and I want to just drop it. Oh, that wasn't quite wet enough. Let's drop it up here. There we go. Because I want it to be a very pastel-y color in here. There we go. And even though it looks like it's bleeding, it's not really, because I've got the I've got the masking fluid on it. I guess I'm going to call it frisking forever. It's masking fluid for watercolors, guys. Sorry about that. So as you see, I'm just kind of going around where the wet area is and dropping some color, just a little at a time. Just a little at a time. Knowing where you have put your masking fluid at, so you don't have any risk of it bleeding through. So I can get nice and close to my birdie's head, where I also have some frisket or masking fluid down. I almost did it again. Oh, Crystal. Okay. It's masking fluid. Okay, everybody. Now, you can see here a difference. Now, I'm doing dry, wet on dry. So see how it's a little different. I'm going to show you where I didn't wet up here. It'll go on like that. Okay, whereas you don't get all this beautiful marbling-like effect if you wet first, like here. I'm wetting first. So come in there and wet yourself first. I want clouds, so what I'm doing is I'm going to be building up colors through here, and I'm going to show you a little trick using some toilet paper, believe it or not. Just, I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a second. But I do want to cover the background a little bit. And then I come in and you take a piece of toilet paper and you blob it all up like that. And you come in and you make clouds. Okay? Just like that. And then I'm going to do this side, and I'm going to stop and go as well. Make sure I get all the blue. First, let's get our wet down, which is coming blue, because there's some blue on my brush still, looks like. That's alright. I just don't want any hard lines, which is what can happen when if you're painting dry. So wet on dry, I guess you would call it. Which is not what I'm wanting. I'm wanting to get clouds and get some deeper color. And you can see it kind of left a line there where I was showing you about painting wet on dry. It can leave lines, and you don't want that. You want everything to blend together really well. I'm just going to do a little bit more and then show you a hijacker got on there. Did y'all see that? Then I'm going to show you the clouds. It's basically what I was trying to finish up with. There we go. Just doing wet on dry real quick. And then I'm coming back on top with just plain water. Like I said, we want clouds, and I want enough to be able to pick it up real easily off of the paper by using the Kleenex. So let's do that before it's too dry. Okay. There, that's looking good. And I'll come back up with some shadows and different things like that. And I saw a little piece of doggy hair that got up in there. Yeah. Alright, so this, let's see. I don't know that this is wet yet. No, it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and just wet down here again. It's just not dark enough for me. And I'm using, by the way, a size 12 in your round watercolor brush. Just in case you were curious. They come in smaller colors too. smaller sizes too. I don't think I can talk today. Just bear with me. This is gonna be pretty. Alright, so we got that down, and I want to dab a little bit like that. Alright. Making sure you can see. Let's go this direction so you can see even better. Something fell in there. We don't know what it is, but it is gone. Yes, okay, I'm in there. Alright, can you see what's happening? We're bringing the bird out, and I need to come in here with some more yellow. And then we're going to do more. Of course, we got to finish. Alright, so we're just going to go in this small section right here, because I missed it. So you just squeeze a little, yeah, of water out. And this is a wonderful tool, by the way. If you don't have one, get one. They're not expensive at all. I think this was like $3.99. Michael's. That was my dog going off. It was just my cat playing games. My cat loves to torment my dog. My cat will jump up and open doors in our house. So he thinks, you know, somebody's getting in, and then I don't know whether he knows for sure or not. I think it's just a game. All right, so I filled in that little yellow part there before our interruption. All right, so now we're going to need to let this dry, and I'm going to use the blow dryer for that. Okay, here is where I want to take off, because I'm done with this area, the masking fluid. I almost called it frisket again. Oh my goodness, it has been quite a week. My birthday was really nice yesterday. I spent a nice time with my husband, and we had a good time. Anyway, back to the bird. So that's how you get off masking fluid. All you do is just rub. It's just like an eraser, and it's real rubbery. Okay, that's what I'm going to do is just be taking off some of that, and I'll bring you back in a second. One more quick tip. After you have taken off the frisket, off of the paper, making sure there you go, then what you want to do is, this is the opportunity for you to go in and erase those pencil marks, okay? That's when you want to do it, and that was so important for me to tell you. Okay, so on with my task. I'll be doing the same thing over here, removing the frisket and then erasing. All right, we're back. I'm talking quiet. I'm sure the audio will pick me up, but I'm doing that on purpose because my husband is sleeping, and I'm hoping for him to get a good amount of rest as he can. He is laying on the couch, but we can still hear him snore in my art studio. That's my husband can definitely snore. So there, that was an example. I think y'all heard that one, right? That was a big snore. Which also made me mess up on my painting because I jerked because it was so loud. I thought, well, it'll be tolerable. People won't complain too much. Please don't complain too much. And all I'm doing is painting, you know, in the lines, basically. This is where we had the masking fluid, where we did the background, remembering we have to bring the light first, so you have to think of that first before you ever drop a pigment color on your watercolor painting. So you want to think of all that stuff first, which is weird because usually you do that the opposite way when you're doing acrylic on canvas, let's say. So I'm just doing a dry brush right here. I'm not trying to get all fancy with the wash on wash because I want to see my paintbrush doing a few things. And hoping my husband will fall back to sleep. I think he just woke up again. Usually when I turn the TV off, he'll waken up. So I'm gonna keep on talking to y'all and hope that he keeps sleeping. Maybe you'll think it's a TV set or something. And I'm not doing too much thinking all of a sudden on my painting. I'm worried about him. So I'm not giving too much instruction, am I? This is a leaf of some sort. Don't know what it is or what kind. I do know that's a cattail, though. I did want one of those. And also, a cattail has where's my other brush? Where did that brush go? Oh, there it is. I was like, my goodness, I'm losing my mind. I want to, right in here, wetten this up a little bit and bring some of that blue-green I have above. And I wanted to bring it in down here a little bit. Like that. Orange blotch right there. I wanted to kind of work it in, blend it in. And that's kind of what you do. You just keep wetting it and working it in until you soften that line. I shouldn't even have had that line. It's because I'm worried about what my husband's doing and this and that and not thinking about my painting. But oh well. So, here we go. We're just going to move in with some darker colors now. Let's see. Light colors, reseed, and dark colors. Let's see, reseed, and dark. Oh, I don't know how that goes. Okay, never mind, guys. I was going to give you some information, but I can't even remember it. Don't turn 57. Looks like my brain has went with it. It's too funny. Oh, it's too funny not to laugh. Forget what you're going to say right before you say it. Oh my goodness, Crystal. That's terrible. Anyway, I'm liking my bird with this green for some reason. Really digging the green. And the orange too. So I'm going to bring some more orange, in fact, up there. Important to have good brushes, by the way. Mine were getting old, so I just got them replaced. And I tell you what, I'm loving them. They're by Transon. Number 5 is what I'm using. They go from big, little to real big, even bigger than this one. And they're all watercolor shaped brushes, which is a round, and they're made to hold water. So anyway, I didn't know what I was missing, and I finally said, you know what, I'm so tired of these old brushes, and I'm going to get some new. So I did, and I am so glad I did. So glad. Because, as you can see, I can really get a lot of control. And you want to hold your brush not like this. That's really tight. You want to hold it so it's way back here, and you can be a little bit more loose with it. Okay, a little instruction there. I was told I needed to give more teaching, so I'm trying to do that. Okay, trying. Please let me know if it's improvement or not. All right. And I want to come here with a little more of that green. Actually, I want it wet. And then blend it. Because this is all masking fluid right in here, in between. So when that comes off, it'll be nice and white under there. It should look really pretty. There we go. And I'm thinking a little more on his head too. I think okay, good. Liking that. Now we're at a drying stage. Everything else, oh, we could do a little bit down here, I guess. I could put my other cactus. Got a little too much water on the brush there. Turn it a little. They have a little, kind of a little, I don't know what it is. It's a little point to the cattail, just like that. All right, and what else did I want to do? I wanted to come in a little darker with the stem. Something like that anyway. And I do see some dry here. Yes, and yes. Okay, good. So I can take some of this off. Being real careful because that's wet there. So all I want to do is come this far and then mess it up, right? That would not be good. Being very careful. Most would wait till it dries, but I'm impatient. Okay, and I get a chance to have fun and practice because my husband is sleeping, and he's getting louder and louder and louder as it goes, isn't he? Yes, he is, actually. Go. And there we go. Yes, I want that on top, not the bottom. Hoping you guys can see. I'm going fast because I don't want my husband to wake up, and see if I can't put out a video before he does wake up. Like that. I think. All right, we're at the drying process now, so I think too I might sprinkle a little bit of salt around. Never know. Get some interesting texture that way. Okay, be back in a second. Well, here we are. We got cut off, as usual. Every time I try to make a video, something will go wrong, and this time the battery on my phone died. I have no idea why, but anyway, I kept on painting and didn't know that it was not recording. But here is our finished beautiful bird. I think the painting turned out so beautiful. What do you think? If you're liking what I'm doing, and if you like my watercolors, and you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Also, if you're a subscriber, please leave a comment or a thumbs up. I've lost a couple subscribers, which I'm interested in knowing why. I was up to 85, and then now I'm at 83, so I'm doing something wrong. Well, here's the picture, and I hope you all liked it, and thank you again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.